Finally, it's Five-Star Fridays, and we're in a Dwayne The Rock Johnson eyebrow lifting kind of mood because it is Shazam. Yeah, we're in here live in the flesh on a Five-Star Friday. I am your boy Tony Clapper, aka Mr. Five-Star, aka the Chat 'em Up Champ, aka the Clapback Kid.
Woo!
And as always, I'm joined with.
Hey. What up?
What
up, ladies and gents? It's Friday. As usual. I'm tired. So I'm gonna let everybody know.
He's a sleepy boy.
No,
sleepy world.
No, not sleepy. Just I'm mentally tired.
He's a tired boy.
But
tired world.
We're here to get saucy. We're here
to
get delicious. We're here to talk about some Adam. We're here for it. I'm here for it. And we're gonna stray downstairs.
Who, me? What's up, everybody? I know it's me. Excited for this. I'm ready. I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready for the fun. I enjoyed it. I sat back. I saw my little clips of The Rock, doing it up. So I'm ready to go. So I'm gonna bring it over to the left like a quick Steph Curry pass. Here it is.
What's up, everybody? It's the Mountainous Mr. Fish, your Uncle Fish, Mr. Fish Comics.
Everybody's
in the house. Happy to be here. A little bit tired, a little bit ticky. It has been a long week. I'm ready for Friday. I'm ready for Five-Star Friday. I'm ready to hang out and talk about Black Adam. And, man, I'm excited. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this show.
We are in here, and that's what matters. We might all be a little tired, but we're here. We're here. And before we get into Black Adam, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
What is going on with you right now, sir?
I mean, for me, I'm pretty happy right now. We got 106 backers currently. We are at $5,000 some odd dollars.
Come on, son.
Come on, man.
Good go right now.
Come on, man.
Last year's campaign, we weren't even near that point. So
come on, man.
I'm saucy right now. I want to thank everybody who has supported us so far with the adventures of Nakoa Nohia. Journey to Akua. It's going to be an incredible book. I cannot stress that enough. The art is going to be absolute fire. And Moana is going to bring the pain.
Scorpion fire.
In this book, there's a little bit of pain.
Hey, let's drop that link in the comments.
Of course. Go to www.moanatheauthor.com. It directs you straight to the Kickstarter, to the Adventures of Nakoa Nohia, Journey to Akua. Just go there. Everything's on there. Anything will help. Anything will provide. In the end, you're getting an incredible book full of representation, culture, lessons, love. And this book is for everyone. Everyone.
Hey, Ryan, can I stop you real quick and ask you something?
Yes, sir.
Are you wearing your own merch right now, my guy?
I am wearing my own merch right now.
Is that an R squared merch?
Correct.
You know he's wearing it, man. He's coming correct up in here.
You go off.
You rocking your own merch right now?
Correct.
Look at
Oh,
you.
boy.
Look at you.
I see you. Ryan,
I love it. I'm here for it. Yes.
I see you. Got the R on there. R squirt.
R
like
squirt.
Oh, son, I just found out my friends at the local t-shirt shop, they could always do screen printed, or they could do cutout stuff, but now they can do the print straight on the shirt stuff. Nice. So now anything I can come up with, I can get on a big man shirt from myself. You better believe I'm fixing to have me like a Mr. Fish shirt and a whole bunch of other nonsense real quick.
Yes.
Reminder,
you need a picture
21
of me on
days left. The campaign closes on November 11th of 2022. Reminder that your funds don't get taken out until November 11th.
Something to keep in mind, folks.
So just think about that. There's plenty of time to kick it, back it, love it.
Sure.
And share it.
Bro, when people do it sounds crazy now after doing 2-week campaigns when people do 30-day campaigns. I'm like, what? It's still going? What? Till November 11th? That seems forever.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time.
But also, they're doing a children's book, which takes more funds than a comic book does. And
it's a lot of work.
And plus, I know people, even with comic books, still are doing 30 days.
Oh yeah.
It just depends on what you want to do and how you want to do it. I just still get I'm still like, oh yeah, it's still going. Oh yeah, and then he's like on November 11th. I'm
11/11 too, like the gateway. Like, okay, remember that, angel number. People gonna remember that. You better line up with the divine. You better support this.
Line up with the divine. Hey,
listen to the girl over here.
She's definitely gonna run the show. She's running the show tonight. Get it.
No, I'm not. Go ahead, Tony.
Oh, come on. I need a break. You can do it.
I'll give you a break, just not today.
All right, next time. All right. So, we're talking about Black Adam. Mm-hmm. Very much so a powerhouse in the DC universe. Mm-hmm. We're going to start with the first question we always start with. When was your introduction to Black Adam? The first time you remember seeing Black Adam on anything. Whoever wants to go, just go.
I'll go. He was in a delicious little Shazam cartoon. Me and Fish were just talking about this earlier. That's how I introduced him to Black Adam. He was in a little Shazam cartoon. And it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
It was pretty rough.
Yeah, it was rough as all nails. I'll be quippy. Black Adam to me is low tier for me. Low tier DC. He's like my C character in like the pantheon of greats of mythic heroes. I do know he comes from the Marvel family. Everybody knows he comes from the Marvel family. And Shazam is his doppelganger up in this. So for me, like Black Adam has not always been a consistent like hero. He's been of late with New 52 and all that stuff, but in Injustice, the video games where he popped off a lot, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's been trying to make Black Adam for a decade, So I think for me, like he's C tier for me.
Okay.
C tier. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. B.
The first time I saw Black Adam, this is gonna be hilarious, was yesterday when I went to see it, because was when I went to see The Rock as Black Adam yesterday.
Wait, so you've seen the movie?
I saw it.
You already saw it.
Oh, you already seen the movie.
So we're gonna get her little review today.
We're gonna get a review, but you can't spoil anything, even though
I'm not gonna
already spoiled.
I ain't gonna.
Oh man, they spoiled so much stuff in that movie already.
Right.
The Rock is already spoiled.
I ain't gonna do it.
No, I just said
I ain't gonna do it.
So yesterday, okay, first time, okay,
just fresh.
fresh. You fresh, like.
So you got a whole new exposure to a brand new character in a whole new take, because this is going to be a different take than what the rest of us have seen over time. So that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Looking forward to that review.
Fishy.
Oh, hold on a second here.
Fishzilla. Fish Monstrasa. Fisherman's Prime.
All right, hold on a second.
Fish do fishy fish do.
Oh,
this right here.
Fisherman's Prime.
This is my introduction right here. The old school Shazam cartoon that I used to watch as a kid, and I mean, like, this is the same folks that did like Fat Albert and stuff. Like, it's all real limited animation and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's just coming back purely to, like, it's the same story from the original line, like the Fawcett comics, where he got the powers, realized he's a bad dude, send him to the other side of the galaxy, and it takes him like 5,000 years to get back. And in all that time, he's just trying to get his Egyptian girlfriend back to life, and all she can do is gripe at him, like an angry housewife. Like, it is such a bad cartoon.
That's sad.
But, like, this was my first exposure, and, like, so I've been aware of him, and, like, I used to love the Shazam, like, live action show and the cartoons and stuff as a kid, and I would run around playing like I was Shazam instead of Superman. And so, like, I've been aware since, like, I can remember. But honestly, kind of to the point that Ryan made a little bit, like, I like Black Adam. I don't think he's ever been done right until recently. Like, recently, Ryan thinks he's overpowered. I think they're finally starting to show him where he would really be.
Overpowered.
But that's the thing. Like, this is my whole argument. Like, if he's an evil version of Shazam, if he's Shazam in a black outfit and a goatee, like old school evil version, Shazam's a badass. Shazam is freaking Superman's match in every way, and he's magic, which Superman is susceptible to. And so you have an evil version that has no qualms about killing, to get what he wants done.
With magic,
that's a scary dude.
Unlimited power.
Hey, Superman's the same thing. So if we got a beef with that, we got a beef with the whole DC
we got
universe.
A debate right now.
Just Black Adam for me is just somebody who's always just been around, but I didn't really know. DC has a lot of characters like that, I feel like.
Oh, they got a whole lot.
They have a whole lot of characters that's like you see them and stuff, and you're like, okay. And you're like, who's that? Oh, Black Adam. But then you don't really know. You know what I mean? He's just a counterpoint to Shazam. It's like, oh, he's the bad one and black. They do that a lot, right? They do that kind of thing in DC often.
Well, and DC bought up so many characters from other people, too. Like, they sued Fawcett out of existence and then bought up the characters and started using them.
Right.
And but like Plastic Man and everybody else, they took from other places, where Marvel doesn't really do that the same way. So they've got so many characters that they can fill the background with that way that, like Polka Dot Man, that, you recognize him. Kite Man, you recognize him, but you don't really know where he's from. Like, yeah.
So for me, I mean, you guys remember the animated movie that came out, Superman / Shazam, Return of Black Adam.
Oh yeah,
that was a dope. That was a dope animated film. Because DC's always killed it on their animated films. Like,
oh yeah,
there's where they hit, right? So I think that was like the first time I really got interested in the character. Before then, it was kind of like I knew who he was, but it was kind of like I said, like, it's a counterpart character, like you said. I would have said back then, yes, C-level villain.
He's still C-level.
Shh. I'm talking. C-level character. Now, I'd put him up to an A-level villain in DC.
I agree. I mean, recently they've been showing him the way he really should have been portrayed. It's like Amazo was basically like, a B or C tier, like, machine villain. But when you really consider that he can take on everybody's powers, that makes him incredibly freaking dangerous, especially in the DC universe.
Let me pull up a clip.
I'm about to exit this program.
Man, you ain't fixing to do nothing. You fixing to sit there and take it, and you gonna argue, and you gonna get red faced, and you gonna start to spit, because that's what you do when you get riled up.
Let me play this trailer real quick. There's another thing that got me like on the. Can I share my screen, even though I'm not the one that hosted?
You should be able to.
Yeah. All right. Hold on 1 second, fellas.
I'm wondering where J-Man's at.
I was like, hey.
There's green. Da. All right. Let's get past this. Before you put it on, let's get past this.
Sorry.
Gecko commercial. Geico.
Oh man, I found out a trick watching TikTok. If you go when you pull up a YouTube video, if you go between the T and the U in YouTube, put a hyphen and then hit enter, it'll open it full screen and it'll take you away from all the ads.
Share the screen. Y'all remember this game?
The final campaign in my long war against Superman. While his powers were drained.
This DC Online.
Yes. But this trailer was fire when it came out. The game,
but
not
my
as much.
Obsession had blinded me to the real threat. To Earth's true enemy.
Right there, Roy.
Some on your own side. Cyborg, concentrate fire on Luthor while I call down some artillery. Deathstroke, time for you to join the party.
Lots of murdering to do.
Lose something?
Greetings, sister.
Stop playing it, you can. If people want to finish it, you can. But, bro, that part right there.
That was pretty awesome.
I'm like, yo, what if he calls Shazam like that? What is he like? He crushed the Lantern, like, bro. I remember watching that and being super hype and being like, okay, he might be a badass. He's fucking up the Green Lantern like that. And then I'm like, he calls that. Is that lightning that strong?
Oh man, that's like pure magic coming down. That is bad. Like Shazam tore up Superman with that. You know, I mean, like really seriously hurt him.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some Facebook users showing up here.
What up?
What's up, Facebook user? What up?
What up?
Yeah. So I mean, that move alone is
crazy.
That's a weapon in the arsenal right there. Right?
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing that and being hyped, like, okay. Then I watched that movie and he's beating up Shazam and Superman at the same time. right?
Anybody holding their own for 3 minutes with Superman is a big deal. Same thing for holding your own against Shazam, really, because that's why DC sued him out of existence, because they're basically the same dude except one's magic. And then to take on both of them, certified badass. I'm just saying. The only reason he gets beat is because it's the Heroes books and they got to win. That's the only reason he's not ruling the world right now.
What's good? What's good? What's up, J Man? What's up?
J Man in the house. We were just talking about you, bud.
Yeah, man. Wonder where you was at on us.
So let me ask y'all this.
What up,
Ryan? You don't like the character? Think he's sea level? Is this movie going to change your mind about that?
Hell no.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, I am not even remotely interested in this movie in any kind of way, to be honest.
Oh, dude.
The trailers have not done a damn thing for me. They've been lackluster than all hell. It looks like a straight late, early 90s, early fucking superhero movie to me. Like, it makes no trivial sense right now. You know, I don't.
Tripping.
I mean, DC for me has been hit and miss for years now. I worry about them. I worry about where they're going to go. This movie is supposed to be a reboot of everything.
I'm pumped too. I can't wait
or
to see
a kickoff to the new DC extended universe. I mean, we all know that Superman's in this damn film, so that's the only reason why I'm going to go see it. Other than
spoilers, dude.
Wow, I mean, this is not a spoiler. Everybody knows this. Even Rock said this shit. Like, it's quintessentially that a Superman 2 movie's coming out the same day that this movie dropped. So, I don't know. It just looks lackluster. I think people said it's good. People have enjoyed it. Critics have panned this film beyond belief.
They do almost everyone, though.
Hey,
every superhero movie.
Yes, sir. What is it? What is it?
Oh,
there's a weird smell coming through my.
What's going on?
Through my speaker, it's like a.
What is it?
I feel like is there a couple of haters? I feel like I'm
smelling
a hater.
Yes.
I thought he was about to say, "Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?" I thought he was about to.
No.
I thought he was going to say
that. I will get Steve's review. I'm going to ask one quintessential.
Is there a hater in our midst?
Quintessential question to Fee in her review. And my question is going to be:
whoop, whoop.
The Rock,
Facebook user on the way to watch the movie, have fun, eat a lot of popcorn.
Rock actually act in this film?
Please do.
Okay, that's a question. Does The Rock act in this film, or is this The Rock
being The Rock?
Being The Rock.
That's a good question. Honestly, it's like
answer. If you feel like he acted, you say that. Don't let Ryan bully you just because he's, messing with his beard hairs like that, looking all serious.
He's not bullying me. Okay. So on the scale of like The Rock being like The Rock and how like Kevin impersonates him like all that and stuff, I would say yeah. There's a dial. And let's just do it on a scale of 1 to 10, being like, this is absolutely The Rock. And down here being like, he was in the moment. Like, he was totally being in character. I would say it was a solid 4.5.
So he was acting.
It was in a way that he was trying. I want to put it a little bit about 4 or 5 range, because again, the tone was monotone. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like you don't have to exaggerate various things on what you're doing. If you a bad guy, you do what bad guy things do. You know, like you're not gonna.
You don't have to be over the top about it when you are over the top. Like, you're the most powerful dude in the room. You don't have to cackle about it.
Presence, like it's just on like I can just stand here.
Black Adam. That's what I'm gonna add to what you're saying.
Got you.
Black Adam is he a character where you really need an over the top personality, right? Like if somebody says they're playing a Joker, you're expecting some shit, right?
Oh yeah,
you got to play the Joker
Yeah.
a certain way. You got to play
you're expecting some
Two-Face
chaos
a
coming out
certain
of
way.
it.
You got to play the Penguin a certain way, right? But
Exactly.
like the Black Adam, even in like anything I've ever seen him in, he just acts like a badass. Like he just is like, I got this power. I know I can wreck y'all if I want to. Like he's, you know what I mean? So like, I think it is a good fit for The Rock. I still think The Rock needs to not be Safari Jungle. We've seen you in, Jumanji 1, 2, Safari, all this, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't see those. I gotta see those. I should probably see this.
But
I mean, The Rock has gotten so much better. I remember his first couple of movies, and I was like, "Oh, son, please, you ain't got the chops for this. You need to give this up." And now he's a star, but he's learned to play to his strengths and do the things that he's good at, and he's gotten better at those things. So I absolutely, give him credit for that. Oh,
That's fair
man.
because he has improved from the movies I remember earlier in his career with that. But for sure, in this one, I can say there was an effort that was put in. There was a difference. Just notice that in comparison to what you acknowledge or recognize as The Rock, you can definitely say that they're two different. You can notice it.
Telling me there's a chance.
I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I like the character of Black Adam. I love the idea of Black Adam. I personally haven't seen him done as well as I think he could be done, but I'm interested to see what The Rock does with him. The fact that The Rock loves the character gives me enough reason to want to check it out, because I thought Deadpool was gonna suck ass. Like I really did. I thought it was gonna be a terrible movie, and Ryan Reynolds killed it because he loved the character and he could embody it so well. So I want to see what he does with Black Adam. He could absolutely screw it up. Like I love Kite Man. I would do a crappy job playing him in a movie. Could you imagine my fat butt flapping around from a kite? It's completely unbelievable.
I would actually love to see it.
That would be a winner.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, though, bro. He loves it. He's been trying to play this part forever, right?
Yeah.
He's been trying to get this made for 20 years or so.
Who else would not want to be a huge god who basically is just power and it's that boy? Basically, that's what it is. Basically the it girl, but with so much power. It's I would want to do that. Obviously The Rock's gonna be yeah, I want to do that. I want to be that.
Everybody wants to do it, but does everybody have the physique to do so? I don't think so.
In that way, but I'm saying
yeah.
He's I can step into that.
I feel it. I'm excited for the movie, like Fish said. I'm
curious
excited
to hear y'all
thoughts, because here's my thoughts. I'm excited for the movie for a couple things. One, I'm not going in. It's a DC movie. I'm not going in thinking it's going to be connected to every little thing like Marvel does. I know it's not going to be on that level. I get that.
It's not.
But I'm excited to see not only The Rock do Black Adam. I'm excited to see Hawkman. I'm excited to see Dr. Fate. I'm just excited. I'm just hoping I can go in and enjoy it, and it's a fun movie. I'm not expecting to come out and it be a game changer. Now, if it does, hell yeah, let's get it. But I just want to go in and have a good time. Like movies used to be, right? Everybody now is so critical of everything. It's hard to enjoy movies because everybody's this and that.
That was honestly the funnest part. I just went in not expecting anything. I was just skipping. I was honestly skipping down the way with my popcorn.
Went in not expecting anything. You didn't even know who the character was until, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's cool though. That's what I'm saying. You got to fully just take it for what it was, and that's what I mean. That's a cool experience that you got. You got to go in. No pressure because you don't know nothing about the character, right? So it's whatever it is, and you had a good time and you enjoyed the movie. I think that's dope. Go ahead, Ryan. I know you ain't excited, bro. You look. Listen, before Ryan even speaks, we've been at multiple cons together. I know this dude's not excited. He's been talking shit about this movie for months. I'm like, but you ain't. I'm like, you can't support The Rock just because he's been wanting to play the character. No, lackluster.
Man, Hawkman, Aldous Hodge is my dude. I have been in love with this dude since freaking Leverage. I have watched almost every single thing that he's ever been in.
Man.
I will continue to watch everything that he's in.
Actor.
I absolutely love him. I would go see this movie just for that, and I'm super excited to see him get a crack at Hawkman, and I can't wait to see what he does.
Child actor. Did you know that? He's been around for like 20.
He looked familiar. I know he looked familiar.
I might have to check that out.
Yeah. He's been around.
What's one thing he did as a kid?
I don't remember. Like I watched him in
because I remember his face.
He's been in the business for a long time.
Wow,
so his career is just now taking off.
Shout out to Javon, who had me on his show last night. Appreciate
you. Did. It was good.
Appreciate you. Ryan, go ahead. We already know your answer, but
Fee, what's your review?
Let's get your review, Fee. What's the review?
Were you done speaking? Were you done saying what you had to say?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so what type of review you want me to give? A base
I want you to
star
give a spoiler-free
yeah.
review.
Yeah, just what?
All right.
What was your thoughts going in? What's your thoughts coming out? How do you feel about it?
My thoughts going in was honestly a blank canvas because I was just like, let's just see. Honestly, a lot of cosplayers that I follow got to go to the premiere and stuff. They were talking about the excitement and the hype. So I was just like, okay, just going in, just kind of like seeing how this goes with The Rock being Black Adam. I can say it was cool how they laid out everything structure-wise with the story. It was easy to follow. Flow, pacing wasn't bad. I can say, again, I'm not someone who went to film school or anything like that. The comedic timing, trying to get that, they improved with that because from the last DC movie I saw, it was a lot better pacing flow wise. So when they say the reboot, I can say they did put more time on those little details because that really made a big difference. And mind you, for reference, the last DC movie I saw was The Batman. And that's anyway, but
Ryan loves it. Ryan loves that movie. Though.
I'm sorry?
Ryan loves that movie.
I have nothing against it. Some pacing it just didn't make some of it just took too long.
Some things really drove me nuts, but I loved it too.
I didn't need the ending to the Batman. That was trash.
Okay, I agree with that too, because that's why it was just anyway.
No, we ain't Kyron. We're not talking about.
We ain't spoiling nothing, man. Because
I'm not spoiling nothing.
Spoiler-free review.
Spoiler-free. I'm not spoiling nothing. I'm saying pacing, things like that, comedic sense, that improved. Because I was like, okay, all right, that was cool. And I can say overall, just with characters, introduction, storyline, backstory, things like that, it was all easy to kind of grasp, especially for someone who comes in with a blank canvas. So I was just like, cool, intro and everything. I'm like, all right, this is what y'all saying. This is our reboot. This is us. This is DC. I'm like, okay, I see you. All the way through, it was consistent with that. And it definitely left you with some quick little blindsides. You could see it at the last minute. You could say it was definitely a good flow to it. So I'd say it's not bad. I would definitely say give it a try to go out and see it because The Rock did. I think he did his honest rendition of who Black Adam would be. So
would you watch it again?
Yeah, I would take my friends and I would go watch it. Okay. I was just chilling.
Okay, now here's a question that I have because this is something that really bothered me in Doctor Strange, and I realized it's something that bothers me in a lot of movies. So was there ever a point that, and I don't need to know what it was, but was there ever a point that just pulled you out of the movie and you're like, what the hell? Because something didn't make sense or something just stood out as weird or wrong.
Actually, I can say no. I don't
cool.
think there was something that took me out. Like, I feel like I was in it the whole time, seeing how the flow of what was going, what was going where, how was this going to pertain to XYZ, all that good stuff. So again, when it comes to the pacing side of it, and again, going in with a blank canvas, I can say I get more technical with kind of like certain shots or scenes
I
or
was talking
why
about the Doctor
something.
Strange.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fish was.
Oh.
But but I can say the pacing of it was a lot better just because I get more technical with seeing how the storyline is moving. So I can say, how do I best understand this? Like if someone again like me is just coming
And
in, how
sometimes
do I
it's
understand
little
this?
things, and like
Yeah, no, it is.
spoiler alert for the Doctor Strange movie and the
Mhm,
Batman. If you haven't seen them by now,
mhm.
You're
okay.
in trouble.
Yeah.
But like it was the beginning of Doctor Strange, and and his head is filling up the screen in this emotional shot, like at the funeral at the beginning of the movie, and you can see like the edges in his wig and his eyebrows and his mustache and stuff aren't dyed to match it. And I was like, why would you have him so big on the screen and you can like see the edges of his wig
Yeah,
flapping?
it's those
Why
things
would you give a
point
man
out
with
to
this
me.
good a
They
hair
stand
a
out.
wig? The whole rest of the movie, I'm looking at his hairline, and I didn't see it obviously anywhere else. But like,
But
I could
you don't
notice
want
when
that
the scene
attention.
changed and his eyebrows and his mustache were painted in the what color they were supposed to be, and that just ruined it. And in the
Yeah.
Batman, when you've got this beautiful woman playing Catwoman, and she walks by the windows practically naked, then she zips up her suit, and then she turns around with these padded boobs. I was like, what the hell? This is a beautiful woman, and that's so obviously not her body. Like, do you really expect anybody to be, is that a dude? Just because, she it just that pulled me out of the movie. Every time she put that freaking suit on, it pulled me out.
Oh,
But
hey, Dad. Sorry.
Hey, Pops is watching.
How you
what's up,
doing?
Pops?
How you doing?
Okay, so you seen the movie. You're the only one to see the movie.
Yeah.
You gave your honest review.
Yeah.
It's dope. I'm excited to see the movie. There's no question though that what Rock is going to do for this character, right? We've talked about how these characters now become like icon, even more iconic from these movies, right? Like Doctor Strange, nobody was really messing with Doctor Strange, huge Doctor Strange fans until MCU put out the Doctor Strange movies. Now there's like go hard Doctor Strange fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will that happen with Black Adam? Has Rock took Black Adam to a whole nother level than what he was?
He absolutely will. I mean, there's going to be a whole generation of kids from this point forward that this is their introduction to Black Adam, and it doesn't matter if the old guys like him or not. They're going to love The Rock as Black Adam, and they're starting him out already on this hero journey. He's not being a bad guy for 20 years and then starting to ease over into anti-hero territory. Like they're kicking him off this direction. So yeah, they're absolutely going to love him.
Okay. Let me ask you this though. Are we getting into and I forget the actress's name I can't think of her name right now, and it's kind of sad. She played in Hunger Games and she played Mystique. What's her name?
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Are we going to get into that situation where we have a character who is a villain, right? He's been a hero, he's been a villain, but most of the time we see him as a villain, right? Are they going to force him down our throats as this hero because of the actor?
Tony.
They did that with X-Men, right? They had her
They
as Mystique.
already said Black Adam is an anti-hero. He's eventually going to be the good guy.
Okay, but he's gonna be fighting Superman. Are we gonna see are we gonna get a weird after they're done fighting, they're on the same team?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think so. I mean,
The Rock
I could be way off, but
he'll never do a bad role. Like
I don't
bad role. He'll never do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was more hoping at first for a bad guy
Oh, I was absolutely hoping
Black
for it.
Adam.
Like that's what I wanted to
He
see.
should be the Thanos of DC. That's but it's
He would
either
be such a good Thanos. I mean, he's got the power to do it. He
That's what
would
I'm
be
saying.
awesome.
I was
Yeah,
hoping
easily.
I was hoping we were going to get our, he was going to be a powerhouse villain, and then hopefully we would get him in like a villain team.
I mean, in that terrible trailer, Dr. Fate said, "You have the power to change it and change everything." So we already know he's going to be like, "I'm going to be the good guy. I'm going to destroy the new villain, and everything's going to be kosher."
Fee's looking like that ain't what happens though.
I don't know what
He
happens.
ain't gonna spoil it for everybody.
He's
I'm
gonna
not.
spoil it.
Because Fee
No,
is a
because
quality
Dr.
young
Fate,
woman
again,
of
okay, mind
morals
you.
and high upstanding
Hi, I'm
character.
someone that came in with a blank canvas. So when you said Dr. Fate, I realized when you said that, I was like, oh, it was that character. Okay, look, so
Yeah. Okay.
with that,
Okay.
with that, I mean, there's a couple ways you could shake it, honestly. Like, I mean, again, this can be a span over time. You don't know exactly if like if you again, what is the definition like of a hero? How does DC portray that? How are they gonna define that? Because again, like Marvel, again, when it comes to heroes and characters, they got backstories, things like this that you really have a lot of weight and tension of their stories, the things that's happened. Bad things have happened. They still consider themselves heroes, things like that. Like you gotta see how they're gonna shake it. So they got a couple opportunities to figure out how
we don't know what Black Adam's motives are.
Okay.
True.
Okay. So me personally, I like Black Adam on a supervillain team.
Mm-hmm.
I love when Black Adam is on a supervillain team. I would have loved to see Lex leading the team. Give me a Black Adam, a Black Manta, a Reverse Flag. You know what I mean? Like I love when DC has some great villains. What are you doing, bro? What do you have against that, Ryan? Come on, bro. Don't be shy.
I would like to see it, but eventually I think he would like if you were true to the character and not just writing it to be what you want it to be or to make money. If you were true to the character, I think he would last on that team about halfway through the first job, and then he would just take over and take on anybody that stood in his way and like screw this foolish mortals. I'm taking over. Like this. No, I'm not listening to your silly plan to take out this alien with green rocks. I can just take him down. I don't need you to gloat over him so you feel like a big man. Like, I don't think he would stand for it, but that's me.
Hey, I mean, that's cool. That's all good. Let's get into the comic books though. Is there a comic book story featuring Black Adam that stands out to you, or one that you really like, or one that you really enjoy? Anybody can lead. Fee,
no.
Since your first intro was the movie, I don't know. Do you have a comic book that you can give, or okay? Ryan says no.
No.
I've got some comic books with him in it.
Yeah.
But like they're from a long time ago, and he's
secondary of secondary.
He's a C-level henchman on somebody else's team. Like he's not being who he should be and not being used the way he should be.
Until the Rock came.
I think I like the arc they did with him in the New 52. Where they recreated him and Shazam was his own thing, and like I liked following that and seeing what happened with that, but. That's like snippets of that's the last thing I saw of him.
Okay. I liked him in the Injustice storyline. I liked his part that he played in the game, and then I've read some of the books in there, so he plays a cool part in there. And then The Power of Shazam is a graphic novel that came out where they kind of redo Billy Batson's like origin story, and they kind of I would say up to that point dive the deepest into Black Adam's like storyline and his origin. It's a pretty good read. I'm not saying it's like the best read you'll ever read or anything. It did win an award in '94, but check it out if you want a good Black Adam Shazam read. I mean, standalone Black Adam stories. I don't. There could be some, but I don't know.
They've done some cool stuff with him recently, but I haven't read any of it because I can't afford to keep up with 80 books from 3 different publishers to read all this stuff. So I don't have time to read it anyway because I'm too busy making comics.
Exactly. I would say, in my personal opinion, and I'm saying this about Shazam and Black Adam as a package deal. If I'm collecting comic books, and let's say I'm collecting 10 different series, a Shazam series is probably not going to fall on that list. Even if I was going 15, a Shazam series probably isn't going to make that list.
It would have to have a heck of a writing team on it for it to make my pull list. It would, because so much of the time I don't feel like they do him right. Do Shazam well enough and make him interesting enough. There's got to be more to it than just a kid that turns into a guy. Like, it's got to be better than just that.
Yeah, I can agree. So for me, I'm not really. I like Black Adam when he's in things. He's cool, but he's not something that I'm like, yo, I gotta have Black. I think he left because Derek was in the background.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that I'm like, I gotta see. I think he looks cool. I might, and that's not saying that if I go to a comic book shop and I see a cool variant cover featuring Shazam and Black Adam, I won't pick it up because they do have a cool look. I got like 3 Black Adam action figures downstairs, just because anytime they come with a Black Adam action figure, I usually collect it because he always looks badass, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's known for just looking badass, fierce. He looks,
I love the character. Like, if you would give me that character, I would have so much fun with that.
Exactly.
And,
yeah.
He's one of those that I just dearly love. Like, I love Solomon Grundy. I haven't personally seen them do a whole lot of wonderful things with Solomon Grundy, but, I love the character and I love what I could do with him. He spurs my imagination.
Okay. So, Ryan, we already know your answer. He ain't making your list at all. You ain't collecting nothing. You ain't got nothing to do with him. That's okay. Fee.
If he accidentally makes it into one of his books, he's giving that book back.
Fee, now that you've seen the movie and you've had your first intro, is Black Adam a character that's on your list now? Do you like the character of Black Adam? Would you want to see more of Black Adam? Would you now be interested in going and reading stories that have him in it?
I would say I am fascinated to kind of see where the trajectory of it was before and compare it to like what I saw in the theaters, because that does really provoke a lot of curiosity.
Okay.
Do I like Black Adam? I mean, I feel like the only reason is because it's The Rock, but at the same time, I keep that aside because like trying to keep any type of biases from it. But I would say that I genuinely am curious more about the storyline of Black Adam just because of how much they were pushing it and how they're trying to get the story or reboot really kind of set off.
Okay. And you know what though? Sometimes the actors do more. I mean, like transition the character to another level. Like I was an Iron Man fan, but I'm more of an Iron Man fan because of Robert Downey Jr. now. You get what I'm saying? Like Iron Man was always cool, but I feel like Robert Downey Jr. took the character of Iron Man to a whole nother level and made you like him even more, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was just relatable. It was just his role. Like I'm
not saying The Rock's going to do that with Black Adam. He might, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean, but that's the chance. I mean, we don't know. Like, it's just.
We'll see what that box office.
Really?
Sometimes there's characters that actors who take and transcend the character. So. What about you,
make him more than he used to be. I dig Black Adam. I'm always interested to see what they're going to do with him. And only in researching for this episode did I find out that they finally in recent years started making him the character I always wanted to see him be. seeing that he's taken on like the Justice League and the Justice Society and the Teen Titans at the same time and was holding his own one off against all of them. I want to go get that run now. I want to see that. I want to read that for myself. And, I want to check that out. So I'm absolutely going to be going and looking that up at my local comic shop. But would I put it on a regular pull list? Probably not. Unless like the team on there was really killing it and, taking it in cool directions. But I think too often people that get like that set of characters are like, what am I going to do with this? And then they're done.
Let me ask you this, Ryan. If this movie was coming out, and let's say this movie was coming out, and they painted a clear picture that this was a villain movie in a villain perspective, would it have been more interesting to you? I'm talking about full-on villain. I'm talking about
like if this was the Joker of Black Adam.
Right. I'm saying Black Adam is coming and he's laying waste to people.
I mean, I just want depth to the character. That's the thing. Like, there's motives and issues. Like the Joker, I love with Walking Phoenix and like the Dark Knight and things of that nature. There's growth and real deepness to these like movies. It's beyond the set of like just a dude in a black suit rolling around flying and kicking people's ass. Like that's something that doesn't, it's not enthusiastic to me. That's one reason why I don't like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The pacing is wild and it's just too much going on. And you don't have time to develop with these characters or connect with these characters. And that's my issue that I'm thinking I'm going to have to go in with Black Adam. I don't think I'm going to connect with him on a deep level or what his motives are, except having pretty graphics and kicking people's ass. Like,
but he has a
but
pretty...
your question was, if it was a villain story. Yes, I would be more interested, but I would not have The Rock playing Black Adam. It would be somebody different.
Do you think The Rock can pull that role off as a villain?
If he's actually really investing the time, the nurture, and the deepness of the character and really putting himself into it, sure, I will be all aboard with it. But is The Rock really going to do that? No, he's not going to do that.
He played a good villain in WWF at one point. People hated to love him. They loved to hate him.
It's a great way to say it, yeah.
Right. I don't know. I mean, so if we're talking about backstory, origins, I don't know. I'm not like familiar 100%. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't, like I said, it's not like a character that I'm obsessed over, so I don't know. It has to do. It was slavery, correct? Like he was in a Egyptian slavery type, family killed type thing. Am I right or wrong?
He's had multiple different.
Yeah,
I know.
It's changed.
His origin is based with his wife primarily. Yeah.
Yeah. I know he was betrayed by Shazam's daughter, which is why he has a grudge against Shazam. So I think there's elements to that, though, right? Like if they were to play on that, like say if he was the champion back then, but he's betrayed by who he, became the champion by, and it caused the death of his loved ones, and then he's imprisoned for all this time and let leashed in a modern day world. That's kind of dope, right? I feel like that's kind of a dope story, and that's a cool villain story. Like, that's protecting people, because when I protected people, it got me here. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to see like his original Fawcett Comics origin. I think like if I was going to do it, if you're going to give me the reins to Black Adam, that's what I would do. I mean, it's pretty simple. He got the power. He becomes the hero and the power goes to his head and he starts to take over and gets cast to like, the other side of the galaxy. I would make a movie purely out of the 5,000 years of his fighting his way across the galaxy to get back. And like, the nations that he lays waste to and the planets that he destroys, and all these coalitions of planets that come together to try and stop this evil force that's coming through their sector of the galaxy, and he's just knocking them down one after another, getting more powerful, angrier, more violent as he goes before he gets here, like some oncoming storm. That would be a freaking awesome movie. And then you go into goofy Shazam having to try and take on this angry, hardened by battle over 5,000 years powerhouse that's coming in. Like, that would be awesome.
Here's my thing too. I feel like when we get to the level to where Rock Shazam, right? Now, you can think what you want about the Shazam movie. The Shazam movie to me was fun, and my kids enjoyed it, and they walked out of the theater having a superhero movie that they thoroughly enjoyed, and they wanted the action figures, and I was super excited about that. It was a fun movie, right? I do feel like with The Rock and Shazam, we're going to get more of that forced comedy that Fee was talking about.
Yeah.
I think we will get more of that corny kind of it worked for Shazam, right? The comedy that happened in Shazam,
I loved it. I mean, it works because he is a kid in an adult body.
It fit the theme.
Yeah.
I'm hoping now, though, when we get that first interaction with Black Adam and Shazam, it's done tastefully and not to where it's just completely corny. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying.
Because that happening. Yeah. Because we see that with The Rock all the time, right? We've seen movies where he's with Kevin Hart, and it's like some shit's funny, and other things you're like, okay, that shit's forced.
It's forced.
Actually,
exactly.
Funnier when they're like doing interviews and like impersonating one another, or like when they're just, like when it's really just them and they're not trying to act, like it's just. To me, that's more fun. That's funnier with them too, right?
Yes.
Than some of the stuff in their movies, because it's like it's kind of like a forced thing. I'm hoping that we don't get that with Shazam and Black Adam meeting for the first time.
Yes, that would be the hope, that the comedic presence and just the banter alone is just going to be more tastefully laid out. Because again, that sets the tone for it going forward. Like, it is really important.
No, that could be it. That could be it. Might be. We'll see.
At that point.
That's a good point. So there's not really a whole lot to bring up about Black Adam, right? We've kind of all hit on it. When you're going with somebody who's most of the time a C-lister, B-lister, it's not really a whole much you can hit on in that. I think we can all agree that The Rock's going to take this character to a different level, obviously. More people are going to be talking about Black Adam than they've ever talked about Black Adam.
Whether you like the character or not, he's going to have a whole lot more attention now that The Rock's portrayed it.
Ladies are going to see the movie just off the sheer fact that it's The Rock. I know my wife is excited
absolutely
to go see it, and it's not because she knows a thing about Black Adam. It's because she knows a thing about The Rock. That's fine. We can make it a date night. I don't care. I mean, we hit our hour mark. We're here. We made it to the end. We've managed to talk about it for an hour. Thanks to the movie. I want everybody to know that's watching, if the movie wasn't coming out this weekend, Black Adam isn't a character we probably would have done, right? Like maybe later down the road.
Like I said, he's a character I love, but he's much more interesting right now because of the road.
It would have been a while. It would have been a couple.
Would have been a while.
I'm really excited to hear your guys' take on it, because I really want to know how you all are going to take a stab at it. Like, I'm so curious. I'm so excited for y'all to see it.
Are you planning on watching it this weekend, Fish?
I wasn't, but now I kind of am. I'm going to have to talk to the wife because she's got a few days off, so we might be able to catch a matinee.
I'll probably go witness that on Sunday.
Okay.
Ooh.
So maybe next Friday at the beginning of the episode, we can just kind of briefly touch on our review of the movie, just because
I cannot
we spent
wait.
some time and Fee wants to know. So we'll do
I need to know. I got to know.
She got to know. We got it. We'll tell her. Other than that, I will not be part of next week's episode. So these three will have to figure out what they're doing. I'll be in Philly watching the Steelers and the Eagles play. watching that foosball. So,
foosball's the devil.
Anybody got anything they want to add for before we go?
Go see it so we can have more comments and stuff on what you guys thought.
Yes. If you're in the comments and you watch the show later, please do us a favor. Leave in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like. Let us know what you thought about Black Adam as a character. Has he been somebody that you've always loved, somebody that you don't give a shit about? Either way, it's cool with us.
Judge The Rock's acting skills, did they get better? Like,
are they better?
He's much better at himself. I will say that. Much, much better.
So,
it's cool.
Other than that, everybody continue to be a 5-star version of yourself. Keep rocking, keep grinding, be consistent, and we will catch y'all. They will catch y'all next week right here on 5-Star Fridays. Run them ads, Fish Leaf. We can talk about some of the other great shows that you can watch right here on the network.
Agents of Geekdom coming at you. Here you go.
Word.
I think it's time for me to save the day. Grace. Y'all know what it is. A hot shot. Let me heat it up.